Today, I want to talk about some of the book series that I want to start and finish in 2025. Now, this list might be a little unrealistic because the series that I'm currently going through are multiple. I believe they are The Locked Tomb, 5th season, The Dandelion Dynasty, Realm of the Elderlings, the Sun Eater series. And these are all series that I also want to finish in 2025, but I'm adding 6 more series that I want to get into as well as finish this year. Also, many of the series from the last video, I don't know if I mentioned all of them. I don't think I did. There's The Folk of the Air, is that the series name? And some others as well. This might be unrealistic. I don't know if I can get all of these and these next 6 that I'm going to throw here, but we're going to do our best. We're going to go into full freaking gamer mode. Luckily, none of these are very long, so it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, let's talk about it. First up, we have The Bound of the Broken by Ryan Cahill. Book 1 is Of Blood and Fire. Now, I have been doing my job as a library fiend to be requesting these be bought at the Austin Public Library so I can then borrow them, because a few months ago, I went to start this series via the library and it was not there. So I had to request it, and I've just been kind of like sprinkling a book in the series here and there with my other library suggestions. Unfortunately, I'm 4 for 4 this month, and I have to wait to finish requesting the rest of the series until May, but it will happen. Anybody who lives in Austin who reads The Bound of the Broken via the library, I want you to know that that's all me. I did that. You're welcome. As far as I'm aware, this series is like relatively standard fantasy, standard European fantasy, maybe not with like elves and dwarves, that type of fantasy, but you know, like dragons, you know, lords, things like that. Of Blood and Fire gives like dragon vibes, and I'm staring at the freaking description right now, and it is also giving dragon vibes because one of the words is dragon guard, so there's probably dragons. I know Ryan Cahill is an indie author. This series has not been trad published or picked up by a publisher, but I've heard so many great things about it, and I'm down to read more indie authors, especially I guess indie authors who have just beaten out the indie author stigma of you will just automatically fail. Him, Emma Wong, Evan Winter, you know them. Book 1 looks like a prologue. How many books are in this series? I think there's 5 or the 5th one is coming out. I don't know when. It looks like a total dude bro series, and I am a dude bro, so I'm naturally going to be down for that. The next thing I want to read is the Shepherd King duology. Duologies count as series, right? I'm like 90% sure they do. From what I'm aware of, this is a gothic high fantasy, maybe? There's romance in it. I don't know too much. I think this is YA, and I've also seen people say that this is like one of the best YA fantasies of all time. It's got like a frick ton of ratings on Goodreads. I'm staring at it right now. It's 464,000 ratings. That's absolutely nuts. 64,000 reviews is more reviews than a lot of my series' favorite ratings on Goodreads. Not even reviews, just the ratings in general. Whenever I see the covers of this duology, One Dark Window and two, it's like Two Twisted Crowns or something like that, this gives me like crazy Elden Ring vibes. I don't know about you, but that's like what I think of the vibes that I feel like I'm gonna get when I open this book series, except it's gonna be YA. Am I wrong? Can somebody confirm or deny that? It does seem dark, but more like gothic dark. I feel like this would be fire if it was grimdark, but I don't think it is gonna be grimdark. Oh, I see a horror tag, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I'm freaking down though. I think that these will both be relatively quick reads, so they won't be like a huge time commitment or anything. My friend owns these, so I could just pick these up and go whenever I want. I don't really have to go out of my way to borrow them or buy them, so that's nice, and probably gonna make it easier for me to get to these earlier. The next series that I want to read is called the Texcalan series by Arkady Martin. The reason why I decided I wanted to pick this up was purely because the cover of this book, it really gives like Native American, Hispanic inspiration. I actually have no idea if this is the case. I have no idea if this is being inspired by another part of the world, but I believe it looked like fantasy when I looked at the cover, but I believe I'm looking at it right now and it does seem to be more science fiction based. This is a space opera tag. Okay. Yeah, I'm down for that. Mystery? Lesbian science fiction mystery? What is this, Gideon the Ninth, bro? Hell yeah. I did not know this was sapphic. I hope I'm right when it comes to the inspirations, because I think a Native American, Hispanic inspired space opera would be absolutely just insane and super unique. Let's see, I'm looking at the description right now. They don't seem Hispanic inspired. I mean, these could be like Native American inspired names. I don't know. Texcalan definitely gives Native American vibes for sure. But I hope that's it. If not, I'm gonna read it anyway, and I hope it's still fire. But we'll get into it. I saw a friend of mine recommending this on Book Talk, just like while I was sitting on the toilet, like maybe 10 minutes ago. Well, I've been recording for 10 minutes, so 15 minutes ago. I'm gonna be honest, the cover and the vibes of the inspiration are the main reason why I've decided that I want to pick this up. The next thing I want to check out is the Tainted Cup, which is book 1 in Shadow of the Leviathan by Robert Jackson Bennett. I am a Robert Jackson Bennett fan. I read his Foundry Side trilogy right here. Book 1, Founderside. Book 2, Shorefall. Book 3, Locklands. I thought the characters are really fun. I thought the magic system was honestly one of the greatest things I've ever read. I love hard magic systems, and I hope that it's similar in here. I don't really know. I see that there is a mystery tag. Interesting. Robert Jackson Bennett writing a mystery. I'm looking at the description right now, and it actually does seem like there's something similar when it comes to the magic system. I'm not gonna like specifically say what. I've noticed that there's been an uptick in mystery fantasy books or fantasy mystery books. I mean, I'm down because I like the theorizing part. I think it's really fun. I had a friend reach out and say that they wanted a mystery, thriller, horror type vibes, and since I only read fantasy books, I couldn't really give him anything. So I had to get some recs from another friend of mine and give them to him. But I don't know. This looks like that it could really be what connects the genres that I don't really read all that much. The next series I want to read is the Legacy of Orisha series. I think book 1 is, oh no, I know book 1 is Children of Blood and Bone. The series is written by Tomi Adeyemi. I always see this at half price books, and I think the cover looks absolutely fire. I come close to picking one up from half price books all the freaking time. The only problem is when I'm there, I already have a butt ton of books that I really want, and I'm like, frick, should I be buying another one right now? And so I stop, and then I come back and I'm like, okay, I'm getting it this time, except the one that I want is gone. They still have them there, but they're always hardcovers, and then the dust jackets are off, or the dust jacket is there, but it's like ripped and stuff, so it's not in the condition that I want. But I've gone to try and pick it up at least 3 times, and I've just never come back with it because of one of those situations. This seems to be an African-inspired fantasy, high fantasy, I think. And if I've learned anything from African-inspired high fantasies, is that they're always the most badass shit. I don't know what it is. African fantasy is just always so badass, bro. This one, I think, is YA as well. But, you know, hopefully it's also just as badass as the adult fantasy books. I am 100% going to chunk this out because at this point, I've committed to going to half price to try and find it there too many times to the point where I can't give up. You know what I mean? If I just put this off, that means I'm giving up, and I can't do that. All right, the last series that I want to start and finish in 2025 is called The Magic of the Lost by C.L. Clark. Book 1 is The Unbroken. Now, I don't know it about this series. Literally nothing. Is it sapphic? Dude, what is the deal with me and sapphic fantasy? The biggest reason is because I think the covers are actually just so sick, especially the first cover and the second cover. Holy shit. The first and second cover have crazy aura. The first one, she looks like a total badass. The second one, dude, I don't know what it is, but when baddies man spread, I'm like, damn, the aura is crazy. You know what I mean? It does seem like people really enjoy the books as they go on. Based purely off the rating, it seems like that the first book is probably the weakest of the series. Oh, looks like it's not even a completed series. Oh yeah, neither is The Shadow of the Leviathan by Robert Jackson Bennett. I think that third book hasn't come out yet. The third book of this series, Magic of the Lost, seems to come out in 2025, September. I don't know, dude. The main character just giving total aura. Total freaking badass. I love reading fantasy books with just female chads. That's probably my favorite thing. It probably goes female chads, male chads, and then whatever else. I don't know why. I just think female chads are just my favorite. They're just so cool. And those are the 6 series that I want to start and finish in 2025, along with everything else I'm reading. If you want to see a bunch of the series that I'm in the middle of currently, check out this video somewhere. It's being put here. I don't know. Also will be in the description down below. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Check out my wish list, my sponsor link, and follow all my socials down below. I'll see you next time.